Welcome to episode 5. It's October 2025. It's been a hell of a ride up to this point. As you can see behind me, we are getting close. We should have been closer than what we currently are. We're running a little bit behind schedule. I'm now told that the completion is going to be January 2026, so 3 months from now. I would still be incredibly impressed if we're finished by January 2026. We've had some highs on the project. We've had a few lows on the project, which we featured in our last episode. Oh, look at that. I think it's diabolical. We haven't yet, as of today, resolved our stone walling issue, but we're hoping to have that ironed out in the next week or so. We have begun the interior fit out, and on that point, we are now going to catch up with our interior designer, Sophie, who's been heavily involved in this project right from the outset, and she's now coming into her own. It's now her time to shine. We've got some of the furniture that's being fitted. We've got deliveries of sofas and all the other internal fit out stuff that you'd expect are all expected in the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks. Not sure where we're going to store it all if we're not ready for it to be delivered, but that's another problem that we're going to have to overcome. Exciting, and it's very scary at the moment. So today we are joined by somebody that you guys haven't seen for a while, not since episode 2, and that's our trusty interior designer, Sophie.
Hello.
So I think when we last chatted with you, it was about lighting.
Yes.
And we are now in
Showroom A.
Showroom A, our classic car empire. You can see that the lighting, we've got all of our track lighting in. We've got a few hanging cables that are left to be fixed.
Yep.
But otherwise, our track lighting's in. What do you think?
Really pleased with it. It's all fully bespoke for the space. We spent a lot of time getting the detailing and the connections into the ceiling correct. So I feel like we've done a really good job in trying to hide the suspension of it as best as we possibly can. Obviously got to do the lighting configuration, got to test it out, but currently really excited with how it's kind of come together.
We're starting, as every week goes by at the moment, we're having more and more glazing going into the building. And when you look now at this sales office, which has always been thought of and designed that it will only be a temporary sales office. I've never envisaged for anyone to be permanent in here, but more of a location where people can be taken once they've decided to buy their Ferrari 275. They can be whisked off as quick as possible without going too far to the client lounge. They can sign, they can pay on their credit card, and they can do it all in comfort.
Fabulous.
So that was the...
This is going to be a really cute little space because actually...
This is not a little space.
No, but it's not a little space. We're going dark in the wallpaper in here as well.
Minimalistic.
It's quite contemporary in feel, dark wallpaper. We've got a beautiful desk that's being commissioned for the space, and we're looking at putting some really cool artwork up in here as well.
Who's making our desk?
Ben Harhan, right.
So what we should do is here, we want some bright artwork, I think. So we should have, so it's going to be dark walls.
Yeah, really dark walls, dark ceiling. So again, it doesn't stand out so much from the showroom space, and it fits in with this kind of corridor, moody area essentially.
I am a bit concerned, and I'm not sure why, but why do our walls look brown?
Because we changed the ceiling paint colour.
But is that now going to change?
Yes.
Yeah.
So essentially part of the update was to change the paint on the walls as well. Just essentially, we were hoping to get away with it. We wouldn't have to, but obviously it's a very noticeable difference because of the colour tone. So we are going to have to match that in.
Why did we change the ceiling paint?
So we changed the ceiling paint.
Did we?
No, we changed the ceiling paint because essentially we had a slight sheen in the finish. So essentially what that was doing, especially with the amount of light that we've got in the showroom, was bouncing off and refracting in quite an unusual way. So we've had to go for a more matte finish, which is a brand new product which only came out in January. So it's a bit of a new one to the market, but essentially that's really deadened down the light bouncing around off the space.
I won't ask any more about where that extra sheen came from or the specification of the paint.
All the specification of the paint,
okay. Stick to wallpaper.
Lesson learned.
Stick to wallpaper.
Yeah.
This room is going to be, so doors, this is glazed.
Yeah, we've got crystal glazing in here, so that comes glass.
I love this room.
Yeah, this is a very exciting space, this one. So this is our entertainment space for Tom. So it did originally start off as a massive conference room, and we felt that given the nature of Tom, your business, and what you're actually going to be doing on a day-to-day basis, that wasn't really going to work for you. So we've kind of remodeled this into what we call like an entertainment space. So there's a dining area for private dining. We're also doing like a lounge seating area.
I think we'll use this room a lot.
Yeah.
Like the private dining, already we've had loads of very interesting corporate companies who've reached out and said, hey, we'd love to take an evening in the space. How do we do it? Invite 30 of our best clients. And I see in here we can host that number of people quite comfortably, where in the showroom it might feel a little bit lost. And I also, what I think about is going to happen in this space is if I just want to take a quick hour away, if the Ryder Cup is on, and I just want to go and watch the Ryder Cup or watch the Formula One, and I just want to have a little bit of Tom time, not saying I'm unsociable, but I just have a feeling that if I sit in the client lounge, I might not be able to have a bit of Tom time and a bit of peace, where in here, I reckon I'll be coming in,
no one will find
disappearing,
you.
and they're like, where's Tom gone? This space, there's a few spaces in the showroom that I really love, and this is one of them. I'm not going to look at our stonework because we've still got a few issues with our stonework. We'll probably leave that for another day. Showroom B is completely tiled. Obviously, they've got to clean and clean and clean the floor, haven't they? Yeah,
I'm very excited about this one. I think it's going to look really cool with your modern supercars, you know, the really bright colours that they come in. You've got a really low ceiling, which I think just, again, I think it's going to really amp up the wow factor on the cars. So you're really excited to see that.
I might even split this one from, to I think, in Formula One cars and modern supercars. So I actually think it'd be nice with the low ceiling, the Formula One cars. Because they're so much lower cars. I've just been looking at this space and wondering you could really set them out museum-like. Now in the reception area, our staircase has
arrived.
Is being installed. I wouldn't say it's totally installed yet.
No.
It's been installed. That's from our friends up in Bradford.
Yep. So the staircase essentially is all steel. We've got essentially like a mesh balustrade going in. So the idea with that is that essentially it, again, is picking up on that car theme rather than going for glass, which felt like a little bit of an obvious choice. We will have a really beautiful underside that curves down and round. And then we've got
all plasterboard.
It's all plastered. So that'll all go in as a really slick, smooth kind of curve. And then we've then got lighting going on to in each individual steps as it kind of curves up round. So I think it's going to be quite a showstopper. Bit of a Hollywood moment as Tom sweeps down.
I think it'd be nice of an evening time, a winter's evening or something, where it's quite dark.
And then
you could turn the lights down and have the lights on the staircase lit up, and then just certain elements of the showroom lit up.
Exactly, and then that was also a really important factor with Xavier, was making sure that we were illuminating the stairs as part of health and safety, essentially. So yes, it's an important feature.
Health and safety requirements, that's something we should do a full episode on, actually.
It's fun.
Yeah, I know this is probably not totally PC, complaining about health and safety, but it's unbelievable the hurdles that you have to go through these days on constructing a building like this, and all the compliance, all the health and safety compliance is unbelievable. It's insane.
And obviously it's for everyone's safety, but sometimes it can feel a bit restrictive and over the top.
Yeah. Let's go into the client lounge. Okay, so we're in our client lounge. You can see the flooring. The flooring has just gone down.
Yeah.
It's very freshly going down. We better not put too much weight on it. Is this some furniture that's been delivered?
Yes, so that's really exciting. So that's some of the joinery pieces that have been made especially for the space. So again, it's all bespoke joinery that's going in. So we kind of wanted to give this a bit of a Mayfair club feel, but again, wanted it to feel kind of accessible and comfortable for Tom and his team. We've gone for a really interesting kind of oxblood red colour in here.
The colours, a little bit like
I did think that maybe it's a little bit oxblood red.
So the colours, I am going to say, I'm going to put it out there. The colours is very much of this room is all on Sophie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to claim some of the colours of all the other rooms, but in this room it's all Sophie. So all the different colour sofas, the dark oxblood red, as you can see, she's very fond of it.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how it comes out. If it comes out really good, then Sophie deserves all the credit, and if it doesn't come out so good, then you know whose fault it is.
No, it's going to be amazing, and we've got some beautiful, beautiful detailing. Again, we've got some antique brasses finishes. We've got some liquid metal. We've got some meshes. We've got some really lovely handles going in. So it's really going to, the detail in here is really, really high level. So we're really excited to see that come together.
All the fitted furniture, actually,
yes.
The cabinetry, the joinery is beautiful, isn't it? Like we've got so much storage space.
Yeah. Display area, because Tom's got a lot of lovely collections and photos and bits and pieces that we wanted to kind of show and for people to see. I think it's just really nice kind of getting that sense of it isn't just the love of a car, it's all the other things that go with the car and the history and the paraphernalia. So I think it's really exciting. I first met Tom in December 2021. So obviously this has been a bit of a labour of love, this project, in terms of kind of getting it designed and developed. And I think from quite early on, I've had this room very clear in my head what I think this should look and feel like and how it should be used. And I don't really think I've kind of deviated much from that. Tom obviously has an opinion, which is very important, and is listened to a lot, but I think a lot of the...
But I think as soon as you proposed your concept of this room, I've sort of let you run with it. I haven't changed anything or really, it's very rare for me, actually.
It is.
Normally, if there's two types of white presented to me and lots of people prefer one type of white, I normally like the other type of white. So it's very rare for me to not change something to more my taste and my style, my decision. But this room you've had it's all been you really throughout.
We've got some great other collaborations that we're working on as well. So we've got a great AV music system going in. We've got beautiful lighting that's going to come in.
The Bang & Olufsen TVs are
amazing
pieces of art.
It's
art on the wall.
They are.
So it's beautiful, isn't it? And it's got like a gold. Is it?
Yeah, it's got a gold and a smoked oak detailing to it. It's really, really pretty. It's not the word for television, but it is.
It's like artwork, and we've got two of them going in here.
We do.
We've got the Bang & Olufsen speakers.
We've got a couple of ceiling speakers. We've got a couple of kind of speakers sat on shelves. So again, I think like the whole ambience of this room was to make it feel more hotel club-like rather than you're just turning up to your local car dealership.
But you've always referenced Mayfair Members Club, Annabelle's, 5 Hertford Street.
Yeah. So we've worked really hard to get the level of detail and quality in here, I think.
Library, and we've got some glass.
Yeah, exciting progress.
So here we're going to have again the Critel.
Yes. So we've got that on this grate. We don't have it on the external glazing because it's a slightly different style, but we have got it on here.
This room's also access controlled, isn't it?
It will be access controlled, yes. So there's the actual fob will go in the frame, and you have a locking door system on that. So yeah.
I think this whole gallery actually, from walking from showroom B to showroom A or vice versa, is going to be super cool. I think we want to put some car posters on the walls.
Yes.
We've got our fire doors that sit back into the
Yep, so they're going to sit
slots.
close back there, so they just slot into the wall essentially. The idea being is it's so dark in here is we had great natural light from both sides, but also kind of like the idea of playing with the scale of this building because there's such a large vaulted showroom areas, and then the idea of kind of you're squeezed and compacted through a corridor, which is obviously quite large, but it just kind of changes the scale, it all being dark, and then you go out into this big vaulted space beyond. So that was us playing a little bit with the scale of the building and having a bit of fun with it, really.
You can't see all the furniture at the moment because it's covered up, but all this is dark, British racing green?
Yes, it's all dark green in here. So again, kind of a bit of a nod to that kind of classic British vibe of dark green libraries, country houses, kind of club feel. But again, we've gone with the kind of racing green colour to kind of link in with the cars. Again, we've got some lovely antique brass finishes going on in here. We've got a beautiful table that's being made to sit in here.
This is what I would describe as the library table, is that?
Yes, so we've got some lovely fittings, which again is going to give it a real, like, you're sat in a library kind of feel with that. So the lamps actually sit on the desk and come across. So that's going to be a really nice space for the team to work in and for you to take calls and meetings, etc. And then we're actually doing...
I don't think we'll have any... My vision for this space is...
Yeah.
You know, this is where we'll keep all of our archive, a lot of our books on dedicated cars, and this is where our research will take place. So I envisage here that sometimes when we're buying a very exciting, important car, and it'd be useful to just leave my telephone upstairs, come straight down our spiral staircase, and come into this space on my own for an hour or two, carry out my research to help decide whether we should be buying this car or we shouldn't be buying that car. And the way it's being designed is, you know, perfect for that, because we'll be able to open lots of books and
spread out.
We've got a big screen going in here, so we'll be able to get images up on the screen if we want, or anything that we want to be able to research on the computer, internet.
Share with people.
Yeah. So even when we are selling a car and we want to highlight some of the car's history or race history, this would be a great place to come and be able to share the car's provenance. We've got the main office. We've got a lot of closing up to still do.
Yes, yeah. So again, in here, we've got 10 desks in here, I believe.
Sit-stand desks.
Sit-stand, yeah. And then the idea being is it's kind of quite flexible workspace. We've got storage to both walls. Everyone's got their own kind of little cupboard storage space, but it's going to be really light, bright, airy. I just really like the connection through the building. So once that's off the glazing, you've got like the view of the road outside the front there. And again, you can then see out over the back area of the building. So again, I think it's going to be a really lovely space to work.
I'm sure it will excite all of the staff to hear for the first time on this episode that we are going to introduce a clean desk policy. So everybody has a locker. They can put all their belongings in their locker, and they are not allowed anything else on their desk apart from a cup of tea or coffee.
Yeah. While you're working, it's fine, but you're not allowed to leave rubbish on your desk at the end of the day.
Exactly. There's no...
Sorry.
My office.
Yeah, it's coming together nicely.
Again, glazing's going in.
Yeah.
It's going to be nice. VWD, I like all the drawings that I've seen on the furniture.
Yeah.
I love this office, you know. We haven't...
Are you moving in here now? Are you changing things?
we haven't yet designated this office to anybody. Yeah. My office is lovely, but it is huge, and huge is nice sometimes. And then I'm just worried it might even be too big. Like we've got a meeting table in there, we've got 2 TVs.
Got some sofas,
your favourite sofas.
Yeah, they're called Capri, which Tom's not very happy about, but...
Sophie loves the sofa. But this office is just a really nice size, and it's going to have a great view. At the moment, you don't, because of the protection on the glass, you don't get the natural light that's coming in. But when you get that light in, and when you see the actual modern supercars out of...
Yeah.
What I don't get out of my office is I don't get to look at any of the cars.
The actual stock, unless it's outside in the yard, but There's part of this building I really like. I'm going off a bit of piece here, but I feel like sometimes it feels a little bit Star Warsy.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it because you've got that kind of, I think the black ceilings, the white, you know, you've got some quite unusual shapes. It's a little bit sci-fi. I think it could, you know, it's a very odd thing to say, but I think there's some really nice shapes within the space that kind of give it a little bit of a Star Wars feel sometimes.
Artwork is going to be so important though, you know.
And I'm just looking at that button being like, why is that in the middle of the wall?
That needs to be moved.
Yeah.
That's in the wrong space. That's
Feature emergency button.
That's in the wrong place though. We need to move that.
I'll get that done, that's fine.
Because we want to put...
You want to put a nice picture on there.
Yeah, a nice piece of artwork straight in the middle of this wall, middle of that wall, and middle of that wall. So we have procured all the sofas, all the cabinetry fitted furniture. Venha and Wright are obviously doing all that for us. Lighting we've dealt with.
Yes, yeah.
What's next on the list?
So we're now getting kind of into the kind of finer detail. So obviously artwork we've discussed in terms of using some existing pieces that you've got, but I think we're also going to commission some kind of photography that you've already got and kind of have that blown up framed, and I think that'll be really striking. We've also got smaller accessories, so cushions, you know, vases, bits and pieces for shelves, photo frames.
Just to be clear, Sophie loves shopping, okay? She loves shopping. So, Sophie, you're always out, you're always on the road, you're always WhatsApping and saying, I've just saw a lovely piece, I think we're going to get this. Yeah.
It's an extensive product list,
Actually, since December 2021, it's been a bit like having two wives, except you make Charlene look very conservative on her spending, actually.
Yeah, I'm terrible, sorry.
So yeah, it's, but no, she does have a little bit of an addiction, but anyway.
No, I just feel that, you know, as well, with the spaces, because they're so large, and especially the client lounge and the library and, you know, even your office, Tom, you've got so much shelving, and I feel you want the space to feel homely, inviting, welcoming, and things like books, accessories, you know, plants and flowers, little bits and pieces just really elevate that final look, because I think it could feel quite cold and stark without them, and it's kind of that extra layering of detail and kind of comfort that you experience in a beautiful hotel or, you know, a lovely club that you visit. So I think it's making sure that kind of level of detail doesn't just start off with the sofa or the joinery, it carries on through to the little things as well.
We should probably talk about this at the end of the project, not now, but the one thing I've enjoyed working with Sophie to date, actually I'm only going to say to date, okay, in case it goes wrong.
In case it's wrong, we don't talk to each other again.
But actually, I've always been scared to death of interior designers, because interior designers, you know, normally what they choose is just an astronomical price and can make you feel uncomfortable, from my experience. About what I think has been quite good, where we've had a good relationship, is you might look at something and then say, I'll see what's the best deal I can get on that item. And then there's been other times where you've come back and said, I like it, but you know what? I just don't see the value in it. And what we share, and why I think I get on with you so well and why I like you so much, is that you understand the difference between what good value is and cheap. And it's not about wanting to buy things cheap. No. It's about wanting to buy things that are good value and not feeling like you've overpaid for something.
Yeah, and you still want the quality, and you still want, you know, it to look and feel and touch and be lovely, but sometimes you're thinking, well, you know, is that fabric's £400 a metre and that one's £100 or even £50?
Would you notice? Are we going to notice the difference? I've never set out with a budget on the project, you know, and you've been in so many meetings where people have said, contractors, everybody else said, what's your budget?
Yeah.
And I said, we don't have a budget, but we just want good value. I want to get to the end of the job. I want to say that we got good value. And throughout the project, you know, it's been good where we've worked together and you've said, you know what, actually, we could probably save £25,000 there, and I'd rather spend the £25,000 on other items. And I've never given you a budget and said, you've only got £25,000 to spend on that room, but it's a case of just having the common sense. And if you were spending your own money, that's exactly how you would spend your own money. So far it's been appreciated. So don't go and spoil it at the end. Welcome back to the Firs. It's the first time we've done some filming for about a month. The current temperature is freezing cold. I think it's about 1 degree at the moment. We've got some good and bad news. Good news is there has been lots of progress. We're going to walk you around and show you some of the progress. Bad news is we were supposed to be finished. This week is the week that we were supposed to be finished, and we're definitely not finished, and we don't look particularly close, but we can have a walk around and let's see where we are. On our last episode, we shared with you the problems that we've had with our stonework, the design of the stonework and the installation of the stonework actually. This full west elevation had to come down because of the problem with the mortar. Have to say, it's gone back up looking a lot better than it did initially anyway, if I'm honest. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise that there was a problem with the mortar, because I think the quality of the installation is now to a standard that I'm happy with, and I wasn't happy with it before. You can see the courtyard's taking shape. We've got a lot of our stone walls built. There's a lot of building materials covering big parts of it up at the moment, but a lot of the stone walls throughout the site. If you follow me down here at the moment, you'll see here, which is going to be, there's going to be parking areas. There's actually going to be an electric car charger installed there, but that's only for guests who arrive who have no taste in cars. So we're just going to let them plug in there, and then we're going to send them down the road to go and get coffee somewhere else. See all of our stone walls here. I love the quality of the stonework, the quality of these walls. These are the same people that built the walls at my house, and they've done such a fantastic job actually. Really super pleased with them. And what do you think of our signage? It will be illuminated probably in the next couple of weeks. We've got signage, you'll see one here. We've got one on the storage building, on this side of the storage building, one on the opposite side of the storage building, and we've got 3 on the front gables, and they are looking all very impressive. But let's go inside. Now, I seem to be the only person on this project who is happy to clean their boots before they walk inside. That's probably because I realise how much my floor has cost me, and I don't want to shit it up. Dan, you've got to clean your boots before you come in. Look at this. We have flooring down in showroom B. We have lights installed. The lights are only temporary installed, well, not temporary installed, they're installed at the moment, but the down lights are not positioned in place, and we won't do that until cars are in position. But you can get a general feel for the space. Through here, there's some changes going on. There's pocket doors, so going from supercar showroom to classic car showroom, there has to be some fire doors installed, and these fire doors, we don't want them closed, we want them open at all times, but on a device where if there is a problem, they will of course shut. However, the pockets were not installed deep enough. So you'll see on this side, cut open and are now being rectified. What are you guys up to today?
Yes, installing blinds.
Installing blinds. Yeah. So we got the gentleman from Marquee Homes. They are doing all of our AV automation of the building, and they're here today. Oh, you've actually installed some blinds, have you?
Yes.
But the protection is, of course, the protection's staying on. Yeah. Got a slight concern about this one showroom actually. There's quite a bad echo, and I'm told when the cars will get parked in here that will deaden in that echo, because it's something for the sound to bounce off. it does concern me, and we've got 3 different acoustic specialists coming out this week actually to give us their opinion. I did always push for an acoustic specialist to be on the project. We had one involved early on. We were told that there wasn't going to be an issue, but there is a little bit of an issue. Also, just have a look, which I've only noticed this morning because Dan, our wonderful videographer, is the one who pointed it out to me. I think we've overkilled it with speakers. Like if you look at the brackets on the wall, we seem to have enough speakers here to manage a really good rave, actually, I think at some point in the Cotswolds. And that's just, this is supposed to be in the most subtle, sedate, just a bit of background environment. So I think Marquee have totally gone to town. What I really like to see, actually, and this is sarcasm at its best, is I love to see how it says, no walking on the tiles with dirty boots. Overshoes must be worn past this point. And when you walk in here, which I've addressed with our contractor this morning, actually about 15 minutes ago, just look at this. Like these are the tiles that I flew to Italy to purchase, the flooring that I flew to Italy to purchase, chose, love, cost me an arm and a leg to install, and we've just got dirty boots walking all over it. So trust me, that hasn't gone down particularly well this morning, and I don't think it's rocket science to keep the showroom floor cleaned, to be able to police the idea of putting protection on boots or clean your boots outside before you walk in. I can't relate to that. So that's where there is definitely a little bit of a fallout going on at the moment, because that's not how I would operate this site, and that's not how we will operate this site, because what I am going to get printed is, and put on the wall, is clean your bloody boots, and if you don't, leave site, but not in such polite words. More track lighting that's gone up in the reception area. Now, we had a real debate actually last week. This track lighting got installed, and it was originally designed at a lower level, and our lighting designers, Xavier, came to site and said, you know, looking at it in position, we think we should raise that up a little bit. And then we had a couple of people on the team who disagreed and said, no, we should keep it installed at the lower level, but we have gone with our trusted light designer's recommendation. So we've decided to raise it up. And then in the client lounge, actually, if you'd have had a look at this last week, you could have seen it much better, but you'll see a lot of the furniture has been installed in the client lounge. The bar is installed. Staircase, the treads have been concreted, ready to be overcladded. Staircase, actually, I'm really pleased with. When the staircase was first installed, we felt like there was a bit too much deflection in it. So walking up the staircase, there was just too much deflection, and now the concrete has gone into the treads. That's totally solved that. Something else to be less concerned about. This showroom is behind, and this is where one of the problems has came from. We should have been at practical completion at this point. We're not at practical completion. We are still laying the flooring in showroom C. We've got the flooring to lay in the reception area. Then we've still got the lighting, which isn't a 2-minute job, all of the track lighting to be installed. So this is where a huge part of the delay has come from. Let's take a closer look at our lighting at the intersection on where the track lighting turns into the recess lighting in 2 of the showrooms. This showroom, the supercar showroom, you'll see here at the front part of the showroom is all suspended track lighting, and then that suspended track lighting goes into recess lighting, and this is where the track lighting was specially designed. This is an area that we were worried about on how the recess lighting, how that junction would look, and I think it looks really good actually. It just flows straight through in one continuous fixing. So this young man, who he doesn't know the camera's coming to him at the moment, But this young man has been on the project with Dark and Taylor right from the start. You've been here right from day one.
From the very beginning.
So how many light fittings do you think you've installed to date?
Most of them.
So if we have any problems with our light fittings, number one, you're going to be the man we're going to call.
Yeah.
And number two, you're going to be the man we're going to blame.
Yeah, I'll say that.
But so far it's looking good, and no, thank you for everything you've
For sure.
done today. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, 100%. It's a good job for us. Everything's turning on nice, so we're happy.
Any problems?
Nothing. Everything's turned on first time, so we're pretty glad to be done.
Oh, good. Actually, as it happens, I have spoke about them before. Don't want to tempt fate too much, but as a company goes, Dark and Taylor, the M&E specialists, they've been really good on the project. Too expensive, by the way, way too expensive. But they have been very, very good. And actually, you do seem to get what you pay for, I think, with them. We should go into the storage building. So we've had an issue actually in the storage building. We've used this floor paint, this resin floor paint, from a company called Pumatect. Great company. We used it in our current detailing area in Ashby, the location of our current showroom, and it's been fantastic. I mean, it's had chemicals spilt on it. It's been down for the best part of 10 years and it still looks like new. We've done that in the storage building, and something has happened in the paint, and there's little blemishes in the paint. To be fair, the contractor brought it to my attention. They said they weren't pleased with it. Kingley said, you know, we're not happy. We've asked the subcontractor to come out. Subcontractor come out and has also agreed that they wasn't happy, and then the manufacturer came out and they've agreed that they wasn't happy. So we're all on the same wavelength. Nobody is trying to push it through that it's okay, that it's acceptable. It is just another problem though that arises that we didn't expect. The manufacturers took the paint back with them to be tested, and we're waiting for a new batch to arrive. So I'm not going to walk on the floor because I would be the same as all those other subcontractors that I'm really pissed off with for walking on my floor with dirty feet. It looks like you can see here that they have stripped the paint. They've used a grinder by the looks of it. They've grinded some of it back. And I guess they're going to be putting a new coat of paint on. So next time we do some filming, you might see floor paint without any blemishes. And that's the target. I have got mixed feelings at the moment because it's nice to live through the process, see the progress, but you know, obviously we did plan that the practical completion should have happened this week, and it's not close to happening. The external works, the landscaping, the groundworks haven't even commenced yet. That's due to commence next Monday. There's just so much work left to take place, and I think there's going to be a humongous push over the next 2 months. 70 men here a day. But for me, I'm sure you will all understand this. That is one thing, getting it done quickly, finishing it quickly. But we don't want it just finished quickly. It's got to be finished to the standard that we've always set. We've always made clear to our contractor the standard we expect, and we are not going to settle for anything less. Like, I'm going to be here for the rest of my days. The way the stress is going at the moment, that isn't many more days. But we're going to get it finished. We're going to get it finished right. And then I'm looking forward to the opening party, actually. But are you one of the lucky few that have been invited? So as mentioned, there has been some progress since our last filming on site. We have had to go backwards in order to come forwards. I don't want to come across as being too negative. Obviously, I'm disappointed that practical completion is not going to happen this week. Something that we can't avoid. We've got to deal with it. We will get there. We're pushing extremely hard. The contractor, Kingley, are pushing extremely hard. Lots of good people are working on the project. We've had some people that have let us down. That's probably inevitable. It's probably always going to happen. And we just need to get to the finishing line now. We need to get to the finishing line as soon as possible and feeling as positive as possible. And we're not going to be celebrating Christmas in this showroom, but we will be celebrating many other Christmases here. So that's the positive spin to take. So it's the Friday before Christmas, and we were hoping that we would probably be in the showroom for this Christmas. However, we're not. It's still a very active site. You can see there's been lots of decorating going on. We are feeling a hell of a lot closer to moving in. There's so many spaces now that are really coming together. You'll see the sales office here starting to look much more complete. Just needs a desk in there and a telephone and maybe a little bit of artwork on the wall. You can see here the wall paneling in this space. This is going to be the coolest room actually. I love this room because you're going to be able to sit in here and see out through the classic car showroom and the supercar showroom. The building we've been working through, so from the classic car showroom right to the contemporary car showroom, and it's been going in that sequence. So when you come through, you can see we're a little bit further behind in this building and then much further behind in the contemporary car showroom. Everybody who's visited us, we've let very few people visit, by the way, to date, but the people who have visited have all commented on the lighting, and so hopefully that was a good decision, and that is going to be a big impact in the space. We've still got a lot of protection left on the external glass, although some protection was taken off on the classic car showroom. And when that was taken off, the amount of light that came through the building, it transformed the space again. And these are the things that we're experiencing now on a daily basis. We're having a completely different feel for spaces as the spaces are changing. We've got our lighting track here in the showroom, in the reception area, and we've got our car plinth coming in soon, and we've got a very special Formula One car to go on it actually that we've just recently purchased, but we will maybe share that with you in a different episode.
Everything's kind of coming together really quickly now, which is really exciting. Final decorations are kind of almost done and finished. You know, we can actually look at where things sit in the floor, and, you know, we're happy with floor box positions, where the furniture is going to be sitting. And yeah, we've basically finalised our final furniture order for here now as well. So orders are placed for that. So that's really exciting. We've ordered lots of books and accessories. Cushions are being ordered, as everyone likes to call it, the fluffy stuff. But yeah, it's going to look great. So it's those kind of final touches that pull the whole space together. So yeah, very exciting. One of the kind of things as an interior designer is we have to accommodate lots of health and safety elements, which obviously aren't very beautiful most of the time. They're usually quite ugly, plastic, horrible things. So I get very excited when we find like a really nice fire exit sign. So
She's telling you, what's she saying?
Fire exit signs.
Fire exit.
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Yeah, well that's what I'm saying. It's
what's on the opposite side, the running man was...
Yeah, the wrong way round, but it's that one that's the wrong way round. It'll be changed. But essentially it only glows green when the fire alarm goes off. So most of the time you don't even notice it there.
Lost in the wall, you can't see them.
Exactly, and you haven't got an ugly green running man sign. There you go. He loves the detail.
Upstairs, you're now getting a real feel for how close we are. When you look at one of the main team offices here, obviously we've still got the Critel to put on the front glazing here, but the carpet is down, windows are clean, walls are painted, lights are installed, lights are on. JK, Ed, you need to get your desks here, you need to get your phones on, you need to start selling cars. My office is certainly taking shape. These openings are all lit, all the LED goes in here. I love the back paneling. Sophie designed all this actually. She's done a fantastic job of working with the guys at Venha and Wright, and it really is, I mean, you're seeing I suppose the carcass is just going in now, but you can already get a feel for, I think it'll look fantastic. Quality feels really good. I like the colour of it. Very contemporary. Seeing some progress in some other areas, interesting areas of the site. We're in a very unique space here. This is our photo studio, and you can see the walls being formed behind. And the remit from our photographer, Mr. Wood, was that he wanted curved walls, because when the light bounces off the curved walls, it doesn't cause shadows, and apparently he can create a lot better images with curved walls. Now, thank you, Tom. Sarah in accounts would also like to thank you for the curved walls, because they were not cheap. And we also want to thank you for the ceiling, the adjustable ceiling that you've requested. It means that when the weather in the UK isn't at its best, we don't have to delay our photography sessions. We can just roll the car straight into the studio. So in the long run, I think all the expense that we're spending in this area, will probably pay us back. Look, it's all coming together. It's nearly finished. Yes, it's disappointing that we're not in here for Christmas. Of course it is. I wish we was in here. The delays obviously cost us more money. We have to pay consultants extra for the time that they're involved in the project. But seeing it coming towards its completed state, it really is exciting. A lot of experiences gained along the way. But I know I'm really close now, and it is going to be epic. Like, I really truly feel that all the pain and all the costs should hopefully be worthwhile at the end, because it really will be epic. I hope you have enjoyed the journey so far. I wish you and all your loved ones a very Merry Christmas, and we will not be filming another episode next Christmas telling you that we're nearly in the showroom. We're going to be in springtime, and we very much look forward to you coming to visit and giving us your thoughts, feedback on the finished article, and your experience, your feeling of watching the progression throughout. So have a great one, and thanks for all your support. It really does mean a lot.